Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I'm doing this video on bank reconciliation because somebody has requested a question on bank reconciliation. So I'm solving this question. The following information of Mimosa Journal Dealers for July 2021 has been provided. Okay, so there are some transactions given to us. Let's go through that one by one. The debit balance as per bank account at July 31st 2021 was R6250. So R is the currency, I think rands, and this is the debit balance as per the bank account, which is the bank ledger. Okay, then bank charges of R130 appeared on the bank statement. So these are the bank charges. We need to record it in the business ledger. A deposit has been recorded on bank statement as R620 instead of R820. So there has been an error on the bank side, and bank statement under recorded the deposit by an amount of R200. The deposit slip submitted to the bank has been correctly prepared and recorded in the cash book. So the error is on the bank side, not in the business side. So we don't need to do anything with this error. Bank has to correct this error. Okay, so this will be a reconciling item in our bank reconciliation. Next is the bank statement showed a deposit of R600, of which Mimosa General Dealers had no details. It was determined that this deposit was from a debtor who had deposited the amount directly into the bank account of the business. So this was a direct deposit by the bank, and the bank account is credited in the bank's records. So we need to record this transaction. So what we will do, we will record this transaction. We will credit our account receivables and debit our bank account in the bank ledger. So this is a recording item. Next is a receipt for a payment received from the insurance company of R1800 was recorded on the incorrect side of the cash book. So there was a payment received from the insurance company. It means that there must be some insurance claim received from the insurance company of R1800. So 1800 was the amount that should have been debited in the bank account in the business books. Instead of being debited, this was credited wrongly. When they are saying was recorded on the incorrect side of the cash book, I am assuming that this was credited in the bank ledger. So first we need to correct it, and then second thing, we need to record it. So we will make a debit from twice the amounts of this 1800. So we will make a debit entry to the bank account by 3600, which is the double amount of this 1800. Okay, so we need to debit the bank account by 3600. So that is a recordable item. We need to record it in our business books. Nothing to be done from the bank side. And then we have the next item was DSTV subscription payable by the business for R90 was one of the debits on the bank statement. So there was some payments done by the bank on our behalf. We need to record it. So we need to credit this payment in our bank ledger. We'll record it. Then next is an insurance premium direct debit of R300 appeared on the bank statement in July. Okay, there was a direct debit of insurance premium that is appearing in our bank statement. Upon inquiring with the bank, it was determined that premium should have been recorded on the bank statement of Marigold General Dealers. Oh, there was a company, there was a separate company called Marigold Dealers. So the bank did an error. Instead of debiting in Marigold's dealer account, they debited this amount from our bank account. So this is an error which needs to be corrected by the bank. So this will appear as a reconciling item in our reconciliation. We don't need to do anything in the business books for this R300. Okay. Next is the following deposits recorded in July 2021 cash book did not appear in the bank statements. Okay, so there were some deposits that were recorded in our books but are not appearing in the bank statement. Okay, so that was done on last day of July, 31st July 2021. There was an electronic funds transfer of R980 and there was a cash deposit of 1090. So both were not appearing. So these two will appear as a reconciling item in our bank reconciliation as deposit in transit. Okay. Next is in July 21, the bank corrected an error it had made in June 2021 when it had recorded an electronics funds transfer made by the business as R138 instead of R318. The EFT was correctly recorded in the cash book in June 2021. Okay, so this was an error done in June by the bank and which is corrected in July 2021. So I'm assuming that this error was appearing in my June 2021 bank reconciliation when I would have prepared my June 2021 bank reconciliation statement. This error was appearing there, and in July 2021 this error was corrected by the bank. So we don't need to do anything with this item, neither the bank nor us. We will not do anything with this. We will leave it because this is already corrected in both the books, in the bank's records and in the business ledger. Both have been corrected, so no need to do anything with this item. Next is business earned interest on current account of R200 which has not been recorded in the business books. So we will record this amount. It was credited in our bank statement but we didn't record it, so we will record it. We will debit our bank account and we'll credit our interest income. Next is the debit order of R2000 in favor of JHP Property Management for rent appears on the bank statement. So there must be a debit order. Okay, we have ordered the bank to debit every month this amount for the rent, and that is appearing in the bank statement. We didn't recorded this in the business book, so we will record this item. So the requirements are, first we need to update the bank ledger and calculate the updated ledger balance, and then we need to create the bank reconciliation statement as at July 2021, as at 31st July 2021 for Mimosa Journal Dealers. So now let's go and calculate the updated bank balance in the journal ledger. So this is how I will calculate the updated bank balance in the general ledger. This is the T account of the bank account in our books. So this is R6250. This is the opening balance. I'm assuming this is a balance brought down, which is given in the information, and I've posted all the transactions. This is 600 is the debtors amount, which was a direct deposit. This amount, bank statement showed a direct deposit of 600, of which Mimosa had no details. So it was determined that this was a direct deposit by a customer into the bank account. So we debited the bank account and credited account receivables. Next one is the bank charges of 130. Bank charges of 130, we have credited that bank charges of 130. Okay, and then we have this insurance claim received, which was recorded in the incorrect side of the cash book. So I've told you that this must be recorded with the double amount. 1800 multiplied by 2, this is 3600. So I've debited the bank account. First is to nullify the impact of a credit which was wrongly made. Okay, then second 1800 was to correctly record the insurance claim received. Okay, so that's why I'm creating this entry by 3600. Okay, that is done. And then we have a subscription of 90 DSTV subscription is paid. I've credited the bank account and subscription expense must be debited. Then we have insurance premium direct debit. Okay, that was an error. That was an error. That will appear in the bank reconciliation. Then we have, yes, then we have an interest. Business earned interest on current account 200 R200, which is credited in the bank. This is interest earned. Interest income will be credited. Okay, and bank account is debited. Then we have the rent, which was debited by the bank, so I credited the bank account and rent expense must be debited. So I've posted all the entries, all the recordable items in the bank account, and then I have calculated the updated bank account bank ledger balance, which is 8,430. This is my updated bank ledger, and from this balance I will start creating my bank reconciliation. So here is the bank reconciliation that I created. This is the name, Mimosa General Dealers Bank Reconciliation Statement as at July 31st 2021. This is the currency amount in rands. Okay, so balance as per bank ledger, which is we just calculated 8430. It's a debit balance. Okay, now the first reconciling item is an error made by the bank. Deposit slip under recorded by the bank. There was a deposit slip of 820 which was wrongly recorded by the bank as 620. So there was a less recording by the bank of 200. So we need to deduct this amount from our bank ledger in order to reach the amount which is appearing in the bank statement. So that's why we are deducting this amount. Okay. Then there was another error, which was an insurance premium that was a wrong debit in our account. Okay, so this should not have been in our bank account in the first place. So it should be debited in someone else bank account, and instead the bank debited in our bank account. So that's why we are deducting again this amount from our bank ledger, so that we need to reach to bank statement balance. Okay, then we have in the last we have some deposits and transits that were deposited on the last day of July. Okay, so that is still not appearing in July bank statement, so we will deduct this amount because these were already recorded in our books. Okay, so these two amounts were appearing as deposited, appearing in our bank balance, in our bank ledger balance. Okay, so these are included in this 8,430. So we need to deduct these deposit and transits from ledger balance in order to reach the balance as per the bank statement. So now these are the reconciling items. I totaled it and I have reached to the bank balance as per bank statement, which is 5,860, and it's a credit balance. Okay, it's a credit balance means it's a favorable balance in the bank statement. Okay, so this is our favorable balance and it's a credit balance. Credit balance always is as per the bank statement is always a favorable balance. So this is how the bank reconciliation of Mimosa General Dealers will look like. I hope this is clear and there is no questions in that. If you still have questions in this, do comment on the video. If you didn't subscribe the channel, kindly subscribe it. I'm concluding this video. Thank you.